What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hope Shot Live. Man, it's been such a great weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. My stuff is shifted because I have to turn off the TV and unplug my camera. I almost freaked out. Um, Anyways, if you guys are just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. Tiffany, will you please read the clarity statement?
Sure, absolutely. Um, we here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we try at times. We all have one thing in common: recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get there from how do you get from A to Z, just get there. Thank you for being a part of our family.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Boom. Good job.
Good job. Let's see. We got Mike Kenny in the house. What's up, Mike? We got Lindsay. Good to see you tonight. We got Stevie. And we got Dustin. What's up, family? Great to see everyone. I love you guys and shared. Dustin just celebrated yesterday 2 years. So congratulations to Dustin. It was an awesome time spending. I got to spend a time with him. We went to a convention together. We spent time together. We, fellowshipped, and it was a great time. And I got to be there for that 2 years, which was awesome. I really enjoyed it. So thank you, Dustin, for my weekend this weekend, man. It was great. We got Ruth House in the house.
What's up, Melissa?
And we got Anna, 6 years yesterday. Congratulations to you.
Whoop, whoop.
If you guys are celebrating on this 4th, man, put it in the comments. Let us know you're celebrating so we can celebrate you as well. Let's see. We got Brittany in the house. What's up, Brittany? And so tonight, man, it's the 4th of July coming up this week. We're sitting here talking about the topics, and we're going on freedom, independence, because we talk about freedom a lot because it's what we get, man. It's what we get in this deal. And it's important to talk about it. But we decided, Nate came up with a topic. We decided to go with mind, body, and spirit. It's the 3 things, man, we always need to continuously work on in this recovery deal. And man, I'll tell you right now, my cup is full from this week. This past week, Monday, man, it started off really, really rough for me. I was in a funk, and I know it's because, like you talk about mind, body, spirit. It's like what I eat, what I put in me. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's garbage, it's garbage. If it's not, it's not. What's good for me and what's bad for me. Well, it's okay to indulge in the foods like me and Nate were talking about earlier, the 80-20 rule. I live on that right now. And sometimes, man, I go 60-40 or sometimes I go 40-60. It just depends on my times, When I'm on vacation, it's kind of hard to stick on those healthy diets and those healthy living. It's not even a diet. It's just healthy living. You know what I mean? All aspects. We try hard to try to fill our bodies with the good stuff, fill our mind with the good stuff, fill our spirit with the good stuff, because that's the stuff that's going to keep us going in this world. And I can feel it when I don't eat properly. I feel it in my body. Or if I don't drink enough water, I feel it. And it's so crazy because I never used to be a water drinker, ever, like soda or whatever else was. But I have been consciously trying to drink water, and it's helped out a lot. And when I don't, I feel it in my body. So that helped with my mood. And we don't understand that sometimes that affects your mood and how you react to things certain times. And that's what it was on Monday and Tuesday. And then finally on Wednesday, I started coming out of it. And Thursday, I was out of it, and then boom, into the weekend. Friday, man, I was coming up with every excuse to not go to this convention, to not go hang out with my peoples. And I even was like, okay, so Friday I woke up, I had something to do. I dropped the ball on something, with work. And I was like, oh my God, I got to rush around. I got to try to get this job done. I got to go show this person a sample. And I didn't even make it yet. So I had to make it in the morning, and it was just crazy. So in the morning, I'm freaking out about it. And then my truck is a mess. And I'm like, I can't go. My truck is a mess. There's no freaking way. And it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? I will always try to make excuses of why I shouldn't be doing this, but I know I should be. And sometimes I'll allow that to stop me in my tracks and stop letting me from me going to these to these things that I know it's going to be good for me. I know it's going to be good for me, but yeah, so I went, and man, I had just a great time, soaking it all in, trying to just be and let whatever happens, not trying to control whatever happens, or, and just surrender to the fact, you know what I mean? Let it all go. And it was great, man. I had a great time. I got to celebrate people. I got to meet people. And man, it's like a bunch of people, like-minded people doing the exact same thing in a whole big room. The energy you can feel, like you can literally feel the energy just flowing through that room. And it's powerful, it's powerful. The strengths and numbers. And it was just like, that's one of my favorite times too. It's like, it's on Saturday night, at the end when we're all just cheering each other on, man. You know what I mean? And it was great, man. I really enjoyed this weekend, and to come back last night and, be here with my family, wake up to my family. It was great. And then we went to church, and I haven't been to church in, wow, I don't even remember last time, maybe years and years and years. But I figured, one thing is, like, my kids and my wife like to go into church, and I don't go. But guess what? I'm being selfish. And that's what I've come up with, is that I'm tired of being selfish. It's not for me. If an event, it is for me, but for now it's not for me. It's for them. And that's why I went this morning, because I wanted to fill their cup too. You know what I mean? I wanted to go for them so they see daddy going. You know what I mean? And that's something that there was a workshop this weekend about that, are the kids okay? And I was like, I recognize this. I can relate to everything that's being said, is because, like, man, I've been selfish for so long and I haven't showed up. And so that's something I'm going to be working on this year, is showing up for other people, and not making it all about me, because I'm really good at that. I love making it about me. I love to be a selfish bastard and throw tantrums. I'm really good at that too. And it's time to, just let it go, man. And as I said before, surrender, and be open-minded to new possibilities as well. That's something I'm trying to work on with my spiritual side. I'm trying to be open-minded to other possibilities. So, yeah, it was a great weekend. It's a great weekend.
You want to read some of these comments?
Yeah, well.
Here, I got one that I really love. It was good because it was about you. Oh, here we go.
Oh, I like when it's about me. You know what I mean?
Rudolph says, "Bro, you're red as fuck."
No.
7 months so far. Good job, Rudolph. We're proud of you, buddy.
Yeah. Congratulations, Rudolph, man.
Hey, if you're checking in the comments, tell us where you're from. If you want to drop a sobriety date, that's always fun too. And I just want to say, man, I got to see everybody's pictures from the conference, and it filled me with gratitude, seeing Dustin's post and seeing all these people that I know just smiling and all together, just having this incredible experience. It was awesome. It was awesome to see you guys doing that. My weekend was awesome because I didn't have any responsibilities, and I hung out in the pool with the kids, and it was fantastic. So let's see who else we got over here. Let's go here. Stevie says, "Congrats, Dustin." Yeah, we're gonna make a big deal out of Dustin here. Brittany says, "Hello, family." Hello, Brittany. What's up? Lindsay, woohoo, Dustin. I freaking love that guy, man. I love seeing him when he's out there and just getting in the mix with everybody. Stephanie says, "Good evening from Las Vegas." Thank you for saying hello, and thank you for tuning in. Got Kimberly, Jackson, California here. Good evening. Good evening, Kimberly. Let's see what this says. Oh, this is good. Stevie says, "Twin pregnancy and breastfeeding taught me how to drink water. 15 weeks and still going strong on our 1-year nursing goal." Good job, Stevie. Yeah, I guess that will remind you to stay hydrated. You're hydrating 2 other lives.
Yeah, a little bit.
And what you shared, Dustin says, same, bro. I tried to talk myself out of it all week. I'm so glad I just sucked it up and went.
It's funny is like how the good stuff, man, right before we're about to go, things go wrong. And a lot of times that happens. I don't know if it's just me, but like things get hectic right before you're about to do something awesome.
Or do we just make them hectic? Like mentally, like, oh man, there's no way I could go. I got too much going on, bro. We always got something going on.
Yeah. Always.
So I got Debbie says, hi everyone, blessings to all, blessings to you, Debbie.
Debbie, thank you for your support. She's
you.
Amazing.
We got Christina. That clean time countdown will get you so pumped. Glad you went. I wasn't there, but I heard it was fire.
It's fire. You just don't know. It's good.
So let's see.
Want me to read one?
You there to read that one?
Pasco Tucky representing 8622, almost a year already. My man. And then we got Rudolph says, congrats on return to church, man. That's a great to hear. Church has been such a positive influence on me. As even those around, ask even those around me for having gotten involved here. Sorry, I'm still immature like crazy. Let's see. We got Debbie says, South Florida, 30 years clean and sober, 13 years in Al-Anon. Thank God for the steps and the grace of my higher power. Amen.
Beautiful.
And we got Lewis from San Antonio. Hey, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis. Thank you for tuning in.
And we got Stevie from Ohio, 5822. All right. So what you got else on Mind, Body, and Spirit? Caesar, Nate?
I mean, I'll jump in on this. It's funny. You went to church today, and I got kind of pulled back in. So it's not that I ever really left, but for me to... I have to feel needed. I don't know if that makes any sense. I have to have a purpose. I don't like to just go and sit there. So there's a new Christians class. And the guy was like, hey, man, you taught it last time. Let's do it again. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. And then I get there and it's all people in recovery. It's so awesome. It's all new Christians and people that are coming from the recovery houses that were in there. So I had an absolute, just a blast, because the parallels between any spirituality and a recovery program are just obvious once you've been in recovery for a little while. I don't care what church you go to or what doctrine you read, you're going to start seeing all the parallels to what we do in recovery, because most recovery is based in some type of spiritual principles. So I'm blessed, man. I get to sit there with these new in recovery and new in the church and explain that they go hand in hand, and I get to walk them through these big heady concepts and break them down into bite-sized pieces that people like us can understand, especially new in recovery when we're fried. And you don't try to break down these huge spiritual principles to me, but do it in a way that is kind, loving, and inviting to everybody. So I had a really good experience with that today, and I'm glad that I'm back able to be teaching. But mind, body, and spirit is that, I mean, it's you're still sick if you're missing on something. So like what Justin said, what you feed your body, but what you feed your mind, who you surround yourself with, who's your tribe, who's your circle, what energy are you soaking in all day? Is it negativity? Is it people that are on the fence about their recovery? Are you surrounded by people that are on the same path and have the same goals? Because what you hear all day long affects you, and eventually thoughts become actions. So I used to sit and stare at TV at night, and then I got into reading books at night, and then I stopped doing that because I was too tired. And I'd read 2 pages and I would just kind of zone out. But first thing in the morning, I want to start my day with gratitude because that's what I want to feed myself. That's what I want my mind to be on. I want my mind to be on my spirituality. And the first dose of anything that I get in the day is a chunk of gratitude in my time with my higher power. Because then I get to go out into the world, into a roofing company where, stuff's crazy. It's a difficult job. But then I make sure I close out my day doing the exact same thing because I can't let my job or things like that creep in to where I'm resentful or I'm angry. And I close the day out with my higher power again and going through my day mentally and seeing where I could have done better, where I fell short, why I lost my temper, if I owe anybody apologies, that type of thing, and that's my mind and my spirit go hand in hand. For me, the body part is easy because I've been doing it for a very long time, but making that change, when you're out there, well, I'll speak for myself. When I was out there, I didn't give a crap about drinking water or doing anything that was good for my body whatsoever. Smoking a couple packs of cigarettes a day and then putting all the other junk into my body was way more important than like food or hydration or any of that. The guys that I got into recovery with, they all started lifting weights and I jumped on that. That was like a bonding thing. We were all lifting together. We were like on this path of eating healthy. And that started in rehab and it started a healthy habit in there that I've continued the entire time that I've been in recovery. And I see, Mike says cigarettes are probably the best thing I put in my body right now. The volcano menu is back. But it's all baby steps. I didn't let go of everything instantly. I started on this journey and I was still smoking cigarettes for a long time. And then I switched it to a vape. And to this day, I'm still on that vape, but it's a work in progress. I prep my meals. I watch what goes into my body. I watch what I'm putting into my mind, and I make sure that I connect with my higher power on a daily basis. And if I'm hitting those 3 things, I'm usually pretty well rounded, and I'm doing all right. And my day will go pretty well. Now, if I'm missing on one of those, if I get really busy and I forget to eat all day, I walk in the door, and Kelly's like, "Hey, do you need to eat something? Like you're coming in with all kinds of attitude and kind of all kinds of sideways," because I'll forget. I haven't put any food in my body in the entire day. So I started meal prepping and bringing all my meals with me. So I don't get like that because that hungry, angry, lonely, tired deal is the real deal. If you're starving and you're just too busy to stop and eat, I guarantee you're going to be a grouchy ass mofo. Yeah, that's it. She's over there saying crabby. Yeah, I'm going to be crabby, so you can't, it's not hit 2 and have a good day. It's try to get a piece of each one of these things and be well-rounded. Are we going to fail at this? Hell yeah, we're going to fail at it. I'm going to have the busy day where I run out the door and I didn't do my morning meditation stuff, but I feel it. And it's a reminder of, oh man, I need to slow down and take care of what I need to take care of. I'm a person in recovery. I'm not a normal guy that can run out the door without doing some preparation and go face life on life's terms. I have to have like my spiritual armor, and I've got to take care of my body, and I got to watch what I put into my mind because my mind's already a sick place. It doesn't need any help, like I don't need to feed it anything else bad. I need to feed it all the good stuff possible because it's already, pardon my term, it's already a shit show up there, So as much as I can put in there that keeps me even keeled, and especially the guys that are on this screen right now, touching base with you guys throughout the day. It doesn't matter what's going on. It's always just it's just good to talk to people that are on the same path. You know, it's wonderful on the weekends when we have the girls and Nate shows up and Uncle Nate's there. It's awesome when we can go out and do something with Tiffany and Justin. I mean, like, we're all on the same deal. We have the same goals, and none of us want to go backwards. And when you surround yourself with that, you're protected and connected.
Ooh, there it
is. But that's it. We stay protected and connected. Our circle is strong. We depend on our source, our higher power, for the guidance, and we're mindful of what we put up here. And I won't speak for Justin, but Justin tries to be mindful of what he puts in here, you know, into his body. So we're trying to hit on all these things. We know we're going to fail at it, but we know we're going to pick right back up the next day and give it another hell of a shot to keep doing this, because we want to be better. We want to be better than we were before. And we just got better because Tiffany's back on the screen, and that makes us all better.
And dude, it's just like that. Protected and connected. Boom.
Oh man, no, hold on.
Hey.
Are we reading comments?
What's up, Reagan? He said, I'm very concerned. I hope that's from a tan and not your blood pressure,
Listen,
Justin.
Both of them. It's both of them.
It's both of them,
yeah.
Reagan.
You know, listen, I have red skin. I am Scottish, Irish, or I don't even know. It could be just whatever. Anyways.
I think you look fantastic.
Yeah, Reagan gives me high blood pressure, so there's that.
Go ahead, Nate. Jump in.
Oh, I love this subject. I brought it up because I heard a friend had passed today, and I was like, immediately, if someone our age passes, I'm like, drugs, right? And they were like, no, poor health, you know. And I was like, wow, fuck, man. And let me kind of like, so mind, body, and spirit, you know. I have no idea of like the concept of this. You know, I've heard it before, and it's a cute saying and everything, and I get I get what it means and how, but I have no idea how to apply it when I first get in here, right? Because, like Caesar says, my mind is so haunted and like just dark when I come in here, right? And so like I feel like my idea is that I have to, you know, you hear it all. I got to get my mind right? If I get my mind right, I'll be fine, you know, and then I got to get in shape. And then those are like my priorities. I'm going to get sober, to get my mind right, get the thinking straight. I'm going to get, you know, in shape, and I'm going to feel great. But we miss the most vital part, which is spirit, right? And there's some literature that says, if you fix the spiritual malady, the physical and mental will soon follow, right? And this is so true in my life, because for me, in order to see my mind clearly, I had to have some spiritual connection. In order to care about my body enough, I had to have some type of spiritual connection. Because what happens is I get into this process, I'm introduced to a higher power, God, whatever you want to call it, and I start forming a relationship. And what happens is, there's certain things that don't sit right with my spirit any longer. You know, some of the music I listen to, negativity, like Caesar mentioned, you know, some of the stuff I watch, you know, but it's what for me personally, it's been like, there's been seasons to my recovery, right? There was like, you know, like the surrender. I just surrendered, and I would just, you know, opened up to the idea of something different, finally thinking I was worthy of recovery. You know, I surrendered to the process and whatever I was meant to learn through it, right? And then I started, you know, then it was the season of, you know, going through my steps for the first time and being introduced to my source and connecting with a fellowship, right? And in that time, I thought in that time I was getting my mind right, but really I was getting my spirit right. You know, I was figuring out what it really means to apply. You know, you hear it on a daily basis, or maybe not on a daily basis. You hear a lot, like, you know, let's apply these spiritual principles in all our affairs. What does that mean? What are spiritual principles? Do you think when I come in here, I know what a spiritual principle is? I have no idea what that means. It sounds completely foreign and fantastical. You know, the only principle I know is how I'm going to get money to get what I need. You know, and I don't know what that means. You know, and what I've discovered is that like it's a spiritual principle is like kind of just guidelines. It's a way to live with honesty, integrity, character, faith, hope, you know. And what happens is, as I'm building this relationship with my higher power, I go through these steps, and then I start sharing this gift with other people. My perspective is completely altered, and I start to see things for how they really are. I start to take responsibility, take accountability for my actions, stop blaming the system, others, what happened to me when I was younger, what happened to me when I was in prison. I stop and I take responsibility for the first time. And I grant myself the same forgiveness that my higher power and my source granted me a long time ago, but I just wasn't ready to receive it, you know? And in that process, now my mind is open, you know, because I can see clearly, you know, because I had the wrong lenses on, you know. Now everything is crystal clear. I have this way of looking at the world through like these new fresh eyes, and what I see is so much beauty. I see truth, I see kindness, I see compassion, I see the very things that were there all the time, but I didn't feel them myself, you know, because for the first time in my life, I'm experiencing, you know, love, friendship, fellowship, connection. You know, I'm experiencing these for the very first time, and now I can see them. And to be a part of that evolution, right? That evolution for me was so important. And it really came in twofold. It was, you know, through my relationship with my higher power, but especially through the connections I made with other men and women in this process. And how I learned to be a friend, to be a son, to be a brother, to you know, participate in my community, to, you know, all these beautiful things that I learned through my relationship with my higher power. And it's not like a one and done, you know. I didn't just learn this early on and then, you know, because these are all things that I'm constantly picking up and still learning today, because I adhere to strict disciplines on a daily basis, which keep me close to my truth and my purpose and who I believe in. And in that, you know, what I discover, what was it? I was at Justin's house, and I was about to go to Puerto Rico, and I got on the scale, and I did not the number, you know, and I felt it, because my spirit was like telling me, what you're doing to your body is not okay, you know. And not to mention I'm vain too, and I like to look good, and I have self-worth issues, so I didn't like the number either. So that was a good catalyst as well. God and vanity helped me there. So I stopped eating fast food. I stopped drinking regular soda. I stopped eating sugar all day. I started meal prepping. I started doing all these things. I got back in the gym. I lost 40 pounds in a few months, you know, and I've been the healthiest I've ever been. My surfing has improved. I just feel good, you know, and I feel like, you know, I'm complimenting my relationship with because how do I look? You know, I am blessed with, for me to be blessed with health after what I put my body through for so many years is a marvel of science, and just a miracle in itself, you know, that I am still completely healthy, you know. And so how do I look? You know, not taking care of that, not honoring that gift, not honoring that blessing. I still have a sharp mind. I'm able to, you know, take stuff in. I'm able to remember stuff, you know, and why not, you know, honor that gift and do meditations and read a little bit more, and, you know, play Scrabble for hours on end instead of looking at Facebook, you know. And just how do I, because if I'm not doing those things, it's not right with my spirit, because of that connection I have to my higher power, because I work on a daily basis to get closer to who I believe in and my purpose and my truth, it gives me this ability to my body has alarms, man. You know, shit starts going off when the right things aren't coming in, and it's that awareness for me is keen, and it's given me this beautiful like sense of self. Um, but don't get it twisted. Nate still struggles. I was at the, you know, I woke up today and hold on, my headphone died. Let me switch ears. Yeah.
You sound fine without it.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good. So I looked at the surf report late last night, and I'm like, okay. And a huge part for mind, body, and spirit for me, how do I encompass all those things in one shot? I go surfing. You know, I was talking to Kelly on the way home, and I'm like, yeah, I was at the beach. It's a 2.5 hour drive. I was like, on the other side of Florida. I was like, I was on the beach when the sun was coming up this morning. She's like, and now I'm driving back, and she's like, I don't know how you do it. And my spirit, where I'm at today, says, how can I not do that? Because when I am there, I am completely plugged in to everything I believe in. Like, it is the utmost joy, peace, freedom. I'm like at one with nature. I am just super grounded in everything that I practice on a daily basis, and I get a chance to you know, kind of like dance in that beauty and in that spirit and surf and connect, and it's a beautiful thing. But anyway, so afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I've been good for about a month. You know, I haven't eaten no breakfasts.
I co-signed this so quick too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself to Waffle House, man. I'm gonna get me a big old waffle, put butter in every hole because I'm OCD, syrup, bacon, you know, and then I shame myself after I do it. You know, I don't eat all day long until dinner because I feel guilty. And that is what I struggle with still on a day. You know, this is how that's my struggle still, like not taking this shit so seriously, you know, knowing how hard I work and allowing myself these little gifts, you know, and not being ashamed because of it or feeling bad because of it. And, you know, that's such a bad deal, bro. Like I could, you know,
we go to extremes, Nate, with everything
know,
we
man.
do. And
Yeah.
that last statement you said is me in a nutshell. I can eat healthy day in, day out, have people tell me I look good, and I can go, man, I deserve this cupcake. The moment I swallow the cupcake, I'm like, I'm a fat piece of crap. I should not have eaten.
Right.
You know, and I feel horrible about it. And you know, Kelly's like, what is wrong with you, man? Just enjoy a cupcake. Like that's ridiculous. And I know it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I definitely know it's ridiculous.
But I don't
Level up.
I don't know how to make
Level
it
up.
stop.
Yeah,
you know, I
it's
don't know how to make that part of my brain shut up because it's just always been there. That goes back to before sobriety, that like not good enough and all of those things is like, if I'm not doing it perfect and I'm not doing it, you know, like.
Yeah. And for me, Caesar,
recovery. That's been my whole recovery, bro.
Yeah, right. For me, it's like, for me, it's like those deep rooted, you know, trauma response type, you know, self-worth issues. You know what I mean? I spent so many years feeling like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy. I was less than, you know what I mean? So finally, this stuff sneaks in, man. It sneaks in the most subtle ways, you know? And, it's a matter of like, you know, and that's like what you said is so important, Caesar. Like, I have to equip myself on a daily basis with who I believe in, with my, I love how you say it, the spiritual armor, man. It's, dude, if I heard that a few years ago, I'd be like, this dude's a fucking square, man. But it's
I would have
true.
called myself a loser.
It's
oh no, he froze.
Oh, damn.
what happened?
What happened? You blacked out, bro. Was the first time I heard that.
Yeah, right. It's been a few years though.
Your camera's not on.
It's not.
No.
Hold on. What happened?
I want to put this comment up real quick.
I want to read some comments and I want to hear from Tiffany on this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, put it up.
Lindsay says, if I'm connected to my higher power, I know the rest will follow with my physical and emotional health. I've connected with a tribe of women that have what I want in all three areas. They give me the inspiration to go to the gym. They lead by integrity, and that's because they do the steps. Surrounding myself with them and my relationship with God fills my cup in all three areas. And I could
Beautiful.
not agree more, because I wouldn't have any of this if I hadn't had people show me this and show me what I want. Like, thank God we've got these teachers and this tribe of people that show us, like, oh man, there is something better, and they can show me how to get this better thing, and I can model what I'm doing off of actual live human beings, and that's how my God presents to me, is through human beings in acts of service. And these teachers that I've had in my life, that's what led me to a connection with God. There was no burning bush, or there was no, deep voice coming from the sky. It was just people being kind and teaching and showing me the way and being patient with me. And that's how God revealed himself to me.
And we
Now
find out
because we want to hear from Tiffany.
we find out we're not so freaking unique after all.
No.
Nope.
You stick around long enough, you find out all the people that aren't in recovery are just as wacky as we are. That's
Yeah.
an even bigger revelation.
Yes. We have a solution here, people. Let's keep it moving. We're the blessed ones. Let's see. We got Ito in the house. I love this topic. I figured you would, my friend. Figured you would. Good to see you tonight, man. And then we got Brandy says, even in recovery, I have to be mindful of the company I keep. And that's
it's especially in recovery.
Yeah.
We have to be mindful of the company we keep. And I just want to say something about that.
Sure.
Because like, not only is it important about the company but like what Caesar said, I don't want to be surrounded by negativity on a daily basis. And it's funny how there's seasons of people in our lives too, you know what I mean? And like how they come and they go, and that's okay. Don't be afraid to find your tribe and stick with them and keep your circle small, because there's beauty in that. There's beauty in that connection and that intimacy of close friends, and that trust is and it's such a powerful tool.
Yeah. Or don't hold on to the ones too long when you're supposed to let them go. But I like that right there. Is it's that negativity, being around that negativity, being mindful of the company you keep, because like you could be the most positive person in the world, but you hang around a bunch of negative people, you're eventually going to turn negative. It's just the way it is. It's I listened to a bunch of TED Talks, and it talks about the intent is Trump's environment. Intent in Trump's environment. So that's just what it is. It's like what they say, if you hang out with 9 billionaires, you'll become the 10th. You hang out with 9 drug addicts, you'll become the 10th. It's just the way it is.
Hang out in a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut.
Reagan says, we all have demons. We all have dark thoughts. I'm trying to run from the voices of the night. We all are addicts in some nature. You all are 10 times more powerful than you think. And to see what you all do is inspiring. If I succumbed to drugs, I would never bounce back. You guys did. Keep that train running. Thanks, Reagan.
That's beautiful. Thanks, Reagan. Yeah.
And we got Ito says humility. Humility.
And not to be confused with being humiliated. Humility is a good thing, I promise. I used to think, I don't want humility. I've been humiliated my whole life.
You gotta humble yourself.
Not the same thing, by the way.
Let's see. We got Dustin says, I hear that nearly every day. It's so easy for me to let it become empty words to my ears, and living the spiritual principles in all my affairs really does make the difference of where my head is at every day. And that's the truth, man. Living in the spiritual principles and what we're putting in there, man. It's just, that's why I'm listening to these TED Talks. That's why I'm doing these meditations. That's why I changed it, and it's changing. You know what I mean? Yes, it's working. I got a prescription from Kelly and Nate, and
Yes.
Yeah. We got Mike says, for me, I couldn't even begin to recover until I stopped making excuses and start taking accountability. Now, if I catch myself saying, yeah, well, but X and Y happened first, I immediately know I got to take some inventory. Mm-hmm. I'm going down, going down, baby. Let's see, Kelly in the cut.
Oh, I was literally clicking on the same one.
When you're open to messages from God, you'll hear them, typically through other people.
Yes. And through other things too.
Yep.
You'll see it everywhere. It's like I always say this, like being in a country you don't speak the language, and then all of a sudden you speak the language and can understand it. That's my connection with God. Like as soon as I got it, I could understand everything and everyone and see everything.
I'm really mental, Caesar, and then
We know.
Justin let me go. He dumped me. It's getting complicated. And don't make it weird. And then we got Melissa says, just celebrated 4 years to 6 months. These last 2 months have been the toughest for me. My higher power is what is helping me keep me in check. Thank you for being here, guys.
Congratulations, Melissa.
Too. Yeah, congratulations. All right, babe.
Tiffany.
Hey, you have to unmute yourself.
What's up, Hope Shop family?
Hey, next time you don't have to like totally leave. You could just like go.
Yeah, sorry about that. Jalen, they needed macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets, and they know how to cook it, but I just wanted to.
I'm with you. I might need to monitor the chicken nugget activity. You heard of helicopter moms? I'm a helicopter dad. I'm annoying.
Yeah. Well, and it was just different because she's made it many times, but it was 2 boxes instead of 1, and so I don't know. Yeah. Anyways,
I'm with you. She might have got the ratio off.
To take care of my mind and my to take care of my mind.
I've taught her how to make macaroni and cheese. Like, okay.
So hello family. It is 4th of July weekend. We are on the topic of mind, body, and spirit tonight. It's super exciting because in all of those include independence and freedom, right? Which is, of course, what we get to celebrate our country for right now, the birthday of. It's super. I love birthdays. They get me super excited. So then to like celebrate the birthday of our country, like what? It's really cool. So anyways, man, mind, body, and spirit. Man, it's funny because it's like they're all interconnected, right? Like you got your mind, your brain, you got your spirit, your heart, you got your body, your gut, I think of it as, and then you have your nervous system that connects it all. And then like if one is a little off kilter to the other, and so you gotta find the balance of taking care of them all, right? And it's interesting because as we ebb and flow through the different seasons of life and the different lessons and all that stuff, it's like each one you got to revisit the mind, the body, the spirit, and check in with each one, and I don't know, upgrade them to what's going on or what you've learned, and apply it and erase what's no longer needed. And this goes to some teachings I've been taught. And it's like I feel it did. Man, it started with the body, right? You got to take care of your body and everything else follows. I think somebody else put a comment in here about that, like take the body and the rest follows. Where your body goes, your mind will follow. Anyways, and it's really like you move into taking care of your body, and then you're being careful with, I'm going to make a little better choice here and not have 4 pieces of cake. I'll just have 1 maybe, and then you really start to feel better. And then from that, you start to want to do better. And then you go and you're like, I want to go for a walk. And I don't know, it kind of like starts to escalate. And then I spend time with myself journaling or, just listening to my favorite songs or finding out as far as mind goes. I don't know, mind, body, and soul, man. It's powerful stuff, and it's like all checking in with yourself, but then it's all affected by the outward experience of the body, right? Being able to be around people and move through circumstance and situation. And let's see, man. For my spirit, I enjoyed doing things that remind me of nature, or I go out into nature and they remind me of my gratitude, um, what I have to be thankful for, and I connect with my higher power. And through that is the freedom. And in there, I am able to replace some old beliefs and old things that I used to believe and replace it with truth. And from that, I find I can have a foundation to stand on and move forward in taking care of my body and my mind um, from there. And then I don't know where I'm going. I feel all over the place. I'm listening to you guys talk, and there's so many good things being said. And then like Kelly said, you hear different things, and when you're right now, I'm praying for something. I'll give you real life circumstance. Right now, I'm praying for something. I have a situation going on in my life, and I don't know where I'm supposed to fit into it. Well, I know I'm in it, but how do I move about within it, right? And so I've been praying about it because that's the only control I have right now is to pray about it. And as I'm praying about it, through the radio, through the church this morning, through some of the devotionals that I've done and some of the journaling, different answers have come to me in different ways, but they all surround the same thing. And I think it's so cool. And then my people, right? The connection that we have with our people and who we surround ourselves with. As I sit here and chat with them and they say things and I'm like, and it ticks, they don't even know that I'm praying about this, right? And it ticks that little, oh yeah, ding, 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 there's that light. Okay, cool. And it's so cool how my higher power works, right? So I got to tap into my higher power to be able to move freely and independently on a solid foundation of myself. And then, man, I love the connection part of people because from there, my mind is really taken care of. Of course, meditation and, proper sleep and all the things that we hear to do. And, but the connection with people, making sure I take time off to, to, to connect with my people that care about me and spend time with them, I'm able to be refilled. And I surround myself with people like we were just talking about. You have to be really careful who you surround ourselves with, because when I'm surrounding myself with those who are doing the types of things that I hope to or am already doing, it just becomes stronger, and we're able to bring more people in and share it with all those who come in contact around us. It's like the ripple effect. I don't know. I feel scatterbrained, mind, body, and spirit. It's like a huge topic. And
It is.
Okay, babe.
It's giant.
Okay. It's macaroni and cheese screwed you all up.
Listen, I was just listening to you and I was thinking, I'm gonna put you on blast, Mike Kinney, if you're watching. So
he likes being put on blast, just to let you know.
If I look back and if I want to see any type of growth that's really easy, I can just look at my social media from when I first got sober until now. When I first got sober, I posted every single thing that I thought was funny, just because I thought it was funny, and it was raunchy, and it was just whatever. Every recovery meme that I could find. And I still think they're funny. I just don't post them. But as time has gone on, what I want to attract has changed. So I remember my sponsor told me, he goes, hey man, you don't have to post every single thing that you think's funny. He's like, you could just text it to your friends. I'm like, why would I do that? That's stupid. That's what this app is for. They can all just see it on here. And he's like, yeah, man, but what if you're gonna go look for a job, a better job than working in Addicts that you're at right now, and they look at your social media and they see that crap. But I didn't know that I was worthy of any more than what I had. I was like, well, who cares about that? What made me care is I want to be a good example. So if you look over the past, 3 years or so, the only thing I post is family, workout videos.
That's it.
Spirituality quotes, and stuff from the Hope Shop. And that's it. because that's what I want to be out there. If somebody goes and looks at my page, I want them to see what I'm about. And that is what I'm about. Do I still think that stuff's funny? I think it's hilarious. I love it. I live vicariously through Mike. And I comment on all his stuff, and I got in Facebook trouble for commenting on his stuff. But I'm using him as an example because he's one of the ones that post stuff that makes me crack up. You know, it's hilarious. I just don't post it anymore. I'm glad you guys do, so I can still see it.
No, listen.
But I look back. Look at this comment, Stevie. Oh shit, Caesar, me too. Some of my Facebook memories make me cringe. They make me cringe when they pop up. I'm like, I can't believe I posted that. I absolutely can't. Like,
didn't you get banned from Facebook because of old stuff from like 7 years ago? Like you got put in
I got like 5 bans in a row because some Facebook bot went back in a few years back, and every post was definitely bannable. Like everything that I posted was horrible. Again, you know, I didn't get sober and get in recovery to be miserable. I love to laugh. I just don't. I don't make that my public image anymore. You know, it's about attraction. It's about showing people what this way of life's about. And we've become, whether we want to or not, we've become a power of example to people. And I want to be a good example. And you can see the change. If you go back through the years in my social media, it got a little better and then a little better. And then you can see, like, once I started adding some people on there that I really respected, it just stopped one day. Like there's not one more raunchy meme after a certain time. I think it might have been when we added our pastor, and I was like, well, that's going to be awkward, so I'm going to have to stop that.
That'd be
the guy that married us, and I'm like, all right, I gotta cut the crap.
That's something I used to have the same deal with Facebook. I put everything on Facebook, everything going on Facebook, my moods, my emotions, like especially like before recovery, you know what I mean? Like that was my vomit area, right? I'd throw up all over freaking Facebook. I'd put all the funny memes. I'd put all the raunchy stuff. And that stuff subsides after you're like, well, I can't live that way that much, at least be out in the open.
I like what Mike said. He said, you know, in my real life, I'm the same way. You know, he's just being himself. He's obnoxious, and humor's your coping mechanism. And it's one of mine too. There's nothing more that I like a good laugh, you know, and all of us on this being in recovery, we can laugh at some dark shit. I just don't have to show it to everybody. And again, Mike, this didn't happen in year 2, 3, 4, or 5. You know, like this was over a long time that I made that decision. And please don't think I'm taking a crap on you. I find your stuff hilarious. And where's the other guy? Here he is, right here. Boom. Oh no, that's not the one. This one. Same, bro. I work in recovery and I still post ridiculous shit. You post fire, Dustin. You know, you post some ridiculous funny stuff, but you also, I probably steal more of your recovery stuff than anybody else because you find some good motivational stuff and you put it out there on a regular basis. I appreciate it.
And then Caesar, about that too, like and what Mike said, you know, how it's a coping mechanism. And I see the stuff that Dustin posts, and what I can see is, you know, we all have our own trajectory and our own journey, how we work through our trauma. You know what I mean? Some do it through humor. Some have to, you know, whatever way it is, I completely 110 support. But the beautiful thing about this process is the closer we get to our source and the more we get closer to our truth and purpose, we find different ways to address these things, you know, and therein lies the evolution, you know, because like I can totally attest to the fact that Caesar is the king of using humor as a coping mechanism. Like it could be the most serious thing and he's just going off on it's
yeah.
I can't help it. I
cannot help it. He literally just Caesar, this is a serious situation. Yeah, but
I got my one-liners got one-liners. I can't help it.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm a toddler still. Like, you know, like the stuff that I find funny is probably the stuff that any 15-year-old kid would think is funny. And that's just where I am. You know, that's who I am.
But there is a line right there. You know what I mean? That humility and humiliation stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so if it's the cost of others, then no. But if it's just like just dark humor for just funny, it's okay. You know what I mean? We don't have to be so square up in this recovery field. You know what I mean?
Well, and you know what? I think people in the recovery arena, we're the most self-deprecating lot there is, man. We spent years just kind of accepting the fact that, oh, that's just how I am, and you know, and kind of like to where it becomes so ingrained in our psyche, it becomes like a, you know, like a default, you know, like this is who I am, this is how and this is the way I'm going to be, and you know, for me, the most important thing was to do the inner work and to figure out like why I feel these ways, you know, and it's a beautiful journey to, oh, and about the mind, body, and spirit too, and I kind of, just as a quick edit from something I said before, for me, and this was about the who I surround myself with, right? What a beautiful thing about my connection and how I practice my daily principles and all my affairs is that when my mind, body, and spirit are attuned, I can be around anybody, and I can bring a light into the most darkest and negative arenas or rooms or people, and I can be an example of how this thing works. Which is why it's so important for me to plug into these things on a daily basis, because because of the impact and the example that I can be, you know, when my source, you know, gives me an opportunity to be there in that manner, you know.
Yeah, you know, I actually love this topic. I feel like we can talk about it a lot more than what we do, and we need to talk about it more, because you know, it's a daily practice, and at different times we're all off, you know, and finding the balance of life is the ever elusive. And that excuse you're just talking about I'm just the way it is. I use that excuse my whole life. Like, I'm the reason I am because of my parents. I'm the reason I am because I was just born this way. My brain is freaking, it's wired wrong. I can't help it. This is the way it is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not an excuse. We are programmable people. We can reprogram ourselves at any time, at any given moment, if we choose to. But we have to make that choice to actually put in the work to actually reprogram our brain.
Justin, you remember the other day when you said, you're like, Nate, and this is how I see your evolution and how much you've grown in the last, you know, couple months even. You're like, Nate, I've been on social media too much. I'm not even thinking about it. I just find myself on there. And your awareness that you got off of it and you immediately felt better. You know, like just that, those little shifts, man. I'll tell you, those little shifts that we make and just turn towards something different can make it. There is infinite space within those shifts. I promise you.
Dude, what you said, Justin, reminds me of this old timer used to tell a story about his sponsor talking to him, and he had just got in a 12-step program, and he was like, man, I feel like you guys are trying to brainwash me. It was the best comeback ever. His sponsor said, couldn't your brain use kind of a washing at this point? And I was like, how you going to argue with that? My brain's sick. Yeah, it could use a good cleansing, you know.
Did you see that Cliff was on last week, and he did that reel I put, and he talked about the brainwashing.
He said the very similar thing when I watched it.
Yeah,
it's the negative connotation followed up by the reality that, damn, man, my brain could use a good washing, man. I'm sick.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I need a full detail in my
bro. It's
the armor
process.
Yeah, I need to get a house cleaner. They come every week.
Like
every
these
week.
damn
every night, Bubba. We get a house cleaning every night.
It's like these car washes going up, man, on every corner. We need a damn brainwashing freaking on every corner, bro, because we need to get this. It's this thing right here is powerful, and it's ever changing and always evolving, and it's always just everything, man. And it's a good way, as long as we're putting in the right programming. You know what I mean? Put the right programming in.
Nate touched on it too, man. The fact that we have our health and that we're able to be sharp after what we've done to ourselves, you know,
What a gift.
we're blessed. I'm blessed that I've got sharp wit and I can make those one-liners off the top of my head, and I'm blessed that I'm able to see where I was before and want better for tomorrow, and I didn't have that before. They did a scan of my brain when I was like 31, and they told me I had the brain of a 72-year-old chronic alcoholic and that I probably wasn't going to be around very long. Next month what'll I be? I'll be 47 and I'm pretty sharp. All of that stuff got turned around.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Great show, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
hey, I want to read a couple comments real quick before we go.
Yeah,
First,
read them off, Justin. Read them off.
Shar has, I'll be three years in August, clean from meth and self-harm pills. Congratulations to you. Let's see. And then we had a couple more comments up in here. It goes so fast. Let's see. Oh yeah, Melissa says that we could all use a good brainwashing once in a while.
Yes.
Every day. That's what we do when we do our do what we need to do for mind, body, and spirit. Doing our little daily practices. Let's see, and I think that's it, man. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I'm caught up. All right. Well, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope you're doing a daily practice to, fill your mind, body, and spirit, because that's what we need. And it's a daily thing to wake up and choose to. So, this week, man, if you're not, maybe it's something you need to change. Maybe it's something you need to do. Maybe you're the only one that knows what you need to do.
A challenge,
Yeah.
challenge you. Find somebody that you trust, that you're comfortable with, and start sharing a morning gratitude with each other, or start sharing something, a back and forth, and be open and vulnerable with somebody so that you can get the perspective of you're not the only sick one, because we're all sick. We know what the medicine is these days, and we know how to cope with the sickness.
Yeah.
And if you share those things with somebody and they're sharing their struggles, their victories, their wins with you, man, it just makes life so much better to know you're on this journey with the exact same, that everybody's kind of exactly the same on this journey. It's a beautiful revelation, and it'll take you far.
And you're not alone. Not alone. And we'll be here next week for you. And we want to hear, if you guys do something different, we challenge you, do something different this week. Challenge yourself. If it's if you need to do some step work, get to that step. Call your sponsor. If you just need to call a newcomer, or if somebody that might be struggling, freaking hold the door for somebody. Whatever it looks like, you know what I mean? Because everything we do outside of ourselves for somebody that is kind and loving, it's always going to come back tenfold for us, no matter how you look at it. So that's it. Challenge you this week. Get going. Mind, body, spirit. Do something for it. And
y'all be safe out there. Are you gonna give them a 4th of July? Be safe.
Yes.
Happy 4th. Go ahead.
I also want to shout out Dear Recovery. I meant to do it earlier, but check out the shirt, because mental health matters. It's freaking Dear Recovery. They have a site on their page. Find them on Facebook. They have all these shirts, these cool shirts. I have another one too, so I wanted to shout them out real quick. Everybody have a safe 4th of July. If you're blowing shit up, don't blow yourselves up. All right, see you guys. Love y'all. Good night.